Hello my friends. Earlier today I had about 10 minutes or so to work out and I wanted to combine some single stick work with some kettlebells, throw them around. So I got my heavy, hello monster, I got my heavy stick which is about 500 grams, half a kilo, pretty big monster stick, and my 20 kilo kettlebell, and just alternated between them. It's about 5 or 6 minutes workout. Anyway, you'll see how it goes, and I'll list out everything that I do in the blah blah down below. And also, if you watch all the way to the end, I'll show you a way that you can start to build your own combinations and a whole set of resources to do that. Anyway, thanks very much. Oh, if you enjoy the video, please make sure you click like, and if you want to see more like it, then consider hitting subscribe. That would be really nice and would really help the channel. Okay, have an awesome time. Alright, starting with left hand, we're going to be doing hit and retract, hit all the way through, or chop and slice. And you'll see I'm really having to move my whole body, particularly to slow down and control this stick. It is really heavy. Just doing a few reps, hit and retract, hit all the way through, chop or slice. And I use different terminology depending on what resonates with my students. Okay, switching over to kettlebell now, and we've got some snatches, which is all the way kind of like a swing to all the way overhead in one smooth movement. Keep the bell close to my body, and then turn to clean and strict press. So I'm swinging it up to my shoulder and pushing overhead with no leg drive on the press. There's 3 of those, and then we've got 6 one-armed swings. It's a bit of twist at the bottom, that's okay, but each of these I'm really looking to drive with my hips, glutes and hamstrings. There we go. Switching over to the right hand side, same thing, hit and retract, hit all the way through, or Witik, Labtik. Witik, Labtik, or another way of saying it is broken energy and fluid energy. And again, I'll just use whatever terminology resonates with the person that I'm trying to get this information over to. So now switching the kettlebell over to that right side, so you see I'm doing my stick hitting kind of technical maneuver with the heavier stick, followed by the weight training straight after with the same side. And that just seemed like the right way to put it around today. Yeah, with kettlebell movements, I'm really looking to drive with my hips and then try and stand up straight in the middle there. You can see I'm swinging my arm behind me for a little bit of balance, but trying to drive, stand up straight, whichever one we're doing. Cool. Switching back to the left hand, different combination this time. I'm going to go hit all the way through, then hit and retract. So I've got forehand and backhand. Now, with the hit and retract, I'm hitting past the target. So this really is like a chop into something. It's not a little tap with the end of the stick. It's a chop into something. Slice through, chop with the backhand. And I like that horizontal chop. So back to kettlebell now. You'll see all the way through, even though I'm bending over, my spine stays neutral. I'm trying to keep my spine neutral, and I'm bending at the hips. So bending at the hip joint here, and I'm hinging over. The reason I'm doing that is obviously to try and protect my spine and make sure the thing that's doing the main work is glutes and hamstrings, which is the muscles that are related to kicking and jumping and running and punching and all of that good stuff, throwing as well. So back over to the right hand side, we've got Labtik, Witik, Witik. So a big angle one slash all the way through, and then a backhand. And you see now I'm starting to move my feet a little bit and start to visualize what my opponent might be doing. So maybe I can twist in a little more power on that backhand, or move out the way, or circle and rotate as we're doing that. Back to the kettlebell maneuver. So each point, as the bell is coming down, I'm taking a breath inwards so that I can brace my abs and lower back, support my lower back at the bottom of the movement, which is when there's the most kind of force happening. The top of the movement is kind of easier, so I breathe out there, breathe in on the way down. So out and in, out and in, out and in. So I've always got a belly full of breath at the bottom of each movement, because that's when the greatest forces are happening on your body. So here we are. Last combination. Going to go all the way through. Backhand, Redondo, and then all the way back. So we got slash, chop, flywheel, slash, slash, chop, flywheel, slash. All the way through, hit and retract, vertical circle, and all the way back again. And you see I'm moving in a little bit of footwork there, just thinking about when somebody might be advancing on me and when I can hit them more quickly and follow up after that. Yeah, we're on the last round of kettlebell now. Sometimes my form might not be perfect, but that's kind of okay for me. You know, you're flinging this weight around, and part of it is to do with not necessarily being perfect. As long as you're protecting your back and not overstretching any of your joints, it's all okay. And obviously it's advisable to get proper instruction on how to do this, not from this video. As you can see. Cool. Last round, switching over to right hand. We've got Labtik, Witik, Redondo, Labtik. Labtik, Witik, Redondo, Labtik. You can see I'm retracting my lead leg a little bit there, so I'm visualizing that either somebody's counter-attacking me or trying to counter-attack my leg with a low strike. So I'm moving my leg out the way as I hit them, or advancing and circling, whatever your visualization needs to do for that moment. Okay, last few reps happening here. Even though I've only been going, 5 and a bit minutes, there's been no rest. So I find a workout like this, if I'm really short on time, is a really good way to pack in high density effort, and that kind of sets me right for the rest of the day, and it's certainly better than doing nothing. And for me, this really counteracts sitting down that I do, whether it's at the desk or driving or whatever it is. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Hope you enjoyed the background scenery and the action. Nice one. You made it all the way to the end. Thanks so much for sticking around, especially if I said had an awesome time. It's a bit weird than to say have an awesome day. Anyway, thanks for staying around. Now, to build your own combinations for single stick is slightly beyond the scope of the last minute or so of this video, but I do want to point you towards, I've got an entirely free course. It's about half an hour's worth of material to watch, and it's a whole framework of building up footwork, power striking, angles, target, movement and visualization for your sparring partner. It can be used as a precursor for stick sparring at long range, and is great for solo drills. Anyway, I'll leave the link in the blah blah down below along with everything else, and yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.